At 75, what do you give 80? What do you give 80? Anybody 80? What do you give 80,000? What do you give 80? What about an 80? 80 here now, 5. What do you give 85? What do you give 85? Now 90. What do you give 90? What about a 90? What do you give 90,000? 85 and now 90 to buy it. What do you give 90? 90 now, 5. What do you give 95? What do you give 95? What about a 5? Give 5. What about a 95? 90 here, 5. What do you give 5? What about a 5? What about 95? 95 now, 100,000. 95 now, 100. 95 now, 100 to buy it. What do you give 100? What do you give 100,000? What do you give 100? What do you give 120? What about a 20? What do you give 20? What about 120? 115 and now 20. 115 and now 20. What do you give 20? What about 120? 115 and now 20. 115. 120 now 5. What do you give 125? 125, what do you go 5? What about a 5? It'll be 125. 120 bid now 5. 120 bid now 5. What do you go 5? What about 125? 125, give me 121. 121 now 2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What 122? 121 now 2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What do you get 2? What about 122? 122. 122. You're going to kick yourself later. 122 off, man. 122 now 3. What do you get 3? 123 now 4. What do you get 4? What about a 4? What do you get 124? 124,000. What do you get 124 now 5? What do you get 5? What about a 125, folks? We have met the reserve. The house is going to sell today. All we're figuring out who's going to buy it. 125 and now 6. 126. What do you go? 125 and now 6. 125 and now 6. 126. 127. 127 to get 7. What about a 7 to get 127?
She's got your
127. 127. 127 and now 8. 128. What do you give 8? What about an 8? What do you give 128? 128 to buy it. What do you give 128?
Now he's got your house.
What about a 128? Now 9. Now 9. What about a 9? Give me 9. What about 129? 129 to buy it. Beautiful place. Look at the view. 129. 129. There's the neighbors. They look nice. 129 and now 130. 130 to buy it. 130. What about a 30? Get 30. What about a 30?
It's like playing tag.
130. It's your turn. 130. You know how this works. He bids. You bid. 130 now. 130. Now 131. 131. What do you go 1? What about a 1? 131. 131 now 2. What do you go 2? What about a 4? What do you go 4? What about a 4? 134. 134. 134 to buy it. 134. What do you go 4? What about a 4? What do you hit him on 4? What about 134? 134. 134. 134 now 5. What about a 5? Give 135. 135 and now 6. And now 6. What do you get 6? He's looking tired, ma'am. 136. What do you get 136? 135 and now 6. What do you get 6? What about a 6? 136. He just looks big. 136. 136. What do you go 6? What about a 6? What do you give 136? 135 did 136 now 137. 137. You get 7. What about a 7? Spring back to life. 137. 137. You get 7. What about a 7? Hit him on 7. What about 137 to buy it? 137. 136 is bid. Now 7. Now 7. Your turn. 137 and now 8. 137 and now 8. 137 and 8. What do you go 8? What about an 8? What do you give 8? What about a 38? 138. What do you give 8? What about an 8? What do you give 138? 130. You can hit me at 200,000. I don't care. 138. I'll take your money. 138. 138 now 9. What do you get 9? What about a 9? What do you give 139? What about a 9? Give me 9. What about 139 to buy it? What do you give 139? 139. 138. 139 now 140. Now 140. What do you get 40? What about a 40? Hit him on 40. What about 140? What do you get 40? What about a 40? What do you get 140? 139 bid. 140 to buy it. 140 to buy it. 140. 140. 140. What do you get 140? 140. Now 1. 141. What do you go 1? What about a, look at the beautiful tree. 140 now 1. Those are worth another $1,000 right there. 140 now 1. 140 now 1. 140,000. What do you give 1? What about a 1? What do you give 141? What do you go 1? What about a 1? What do you give 141? 141. 141.
How about 140,500? Yep.
And now 141. What do you go 1? What about a 1? What do you go 141? What do you go 141? What about a 1? Hit him on 1. What about a 141? What do you go 141? 140 and 500 is bid. Now 141. 141. 141. 141, what do you go 1? What about a 1? What do you go 141? 141. 141. 141. 141. 141. What do you go 1? What about a 1? What do you go 141? 141. 141. Now 2. 142. What do you go 2? What about a 2? What do you go 142? What do you get 2? What about a 2? What do you go 142?
141 now.
All right, now 2. Now 2. Hey, I can do this all day. But I got to go to Florida later. 140. Up and now 2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What do you go 142? 142. What do you go 2? What about a 2? Hit him on 2. What about a 142? Yep. 142 and now 143. And you want to do the half thing again? I don't care. 142 and a half, and now 143, and now 3, and now 3. What do you go 3? What about a 3? You able to buy him at 3? What do you go 3? What about a 3? Hit him on 3. What about 143? 143. 143. Got to do it like this. 143. 143. You can't buy nothing if you don't say yes. 143. 143. What do you go 3? What about a 3? 143. 142. 6. Now 7. 142.7. 142 times to get 7. What about a 7? To get 7. What about a 7? That's all right. It don't get any cheaper than that. 142.7. What do you get a 7? What about a 7? 142.7. And now 8. 142.8. 142.8. 142.8. What do you get 8? What about an 8? What do you get 8? Give me 8. 142.8. 142.8. Now 9. Now 9. What do you get 9? What about 142.9? And now you got to give me 143. 143. 143 to buy them to go 143. We go 3. What about a 3? Hit them on 3. What about 143? 143. We go 3. What about a 3? 143. And now 145. We can drop back down in a minute. 145. We go 5. What about a 5? It'll be 145. We go 145. 5, and now 146,000. What do you go 146? 146. Give me 145 and a half. 145 and a half. 145.50. What do you go 145.50? 145.5. 145.5. 145 and a half. 145 and a half. 145 and a half. 145 and a half. What do you get 500 more? What do you get 500 more? 145.1. 145.1. $100 more. 145.1. 145.1. What do you go 145.1? 145.1. What do you get 1? What about a 1? What do you get 145.1? 145.1. 145.1. What do you get 1? What about a 1? 145.1. 145.1. I want you to think about this now for a minute. I want you to picture yourself sitting here on this beautiful front porch in a rocking chair on a wonderful day like this, watching your kids play out there in the yard, or your mom is here, I believe. It's really close, awful nice and convenient. 145.
Looking for 145.5.
145.5. What do you go 140? Give me 145.1. 145.1. Now 2. Now 2. 145.2. 145.2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What about 145.2? Now you picture it. You're here, you go out, you can go work out and run around out there and do whatever it is you do, walk your dog. 145.2. 145.2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What do you get 145.2? 145.2 to buy them. What do you get 2? What about a 2? Hit them on 2. What about 145.2? Sure, an awful nice house. Brett.
Hardwood floor.
Got nice windows in it. It's pretty low maintenance the way I look at it. 145.2. 145.2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What do you get 145.2? You're going to kick yourself all day. You don't do this later. 145.2. 145.2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? 145.2. You able to buy it at 2? What about a 2? What do you get 2? What about 140? You gave me 145 just a minute ago. We're talking about $200 more. Don't be a cheapskate. 145.2. 145.2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What do you get 2? What about a 2? 145.2. 145. I'm not going to do this all day long. You're going to have to make a decision pretty soon here. 145.2. What do you get 2? What about a 2? What do you get 145.2? 145.2. What do you get 2? Hit them on 2. What about a 2? What do you get 2? What about a 2? 145.1 here. Now 2. 145.2. 145.1. And now 2.
How about 1?
I'm doing $100 bid increments just like I said. I can't go any lower for you. 145.2 and now 3. 145.2 is bid now 3.
He took your house again.
He took your house again. He did it again. 145.2 and now 3. 100. He had to think a long time. You might be able to snatch it from. That's all right. Just think how close you are. Now listen. You give me 145.3 and I'm going to throw in that giant spoon and fork, just like in Everybody Loves Raymond. 145.3. 145.3. What do you give 3? What about it? Worked great for them. 145.3. One of my favorite shows. Otherwise, I wouldn't know about the big fork and spoon episode. 145.3. 145.3. What do you get 3? What about a 3? What do you get 3? What about a 3? 145.3. You able to buy it at 3? Because, by the way, don't wait for me to say going once, going twice, going 3 times. It isn't going to happen. I'm going to figure out that you've stopped bidding. I'm going to warn you, and I'm going to sell it. 145.3. 145.3. What do you get 3? What about a 3? What do you go 3? What about 145.3? Is that a yes? 145.3. 145.3. What do you give 3? What about a 3? What do you go 3? 145.3. Anybody else want to play? 145.2 is bid, and now 3. 145.2 and now 3. 145.2 and now 3. You able to buy it at 3? Y'all out, ma'am? You done? 145.3. 145.3. It's now or never. Yes, no, maybe so. 145.3. Last call for alcohol. 145.3. Yep. 145.3. Now 4. Now 4. She sprung back to life. 145.4. You saw her. She's almost.
See, at this point, just think of it like he's asking you for $100. You give that to a friend, right? You like us.
4, what do you get for? 145 4, now 5, what do you get 5, what about a 5, 145 5. 145 5, get 5, what about a 5, get 5, what about, you said that before me.
Imagine I just said the same thing I said to him.
You've worn out your credibility with me. 145 5, you get 5, what about a 5, hit him on 5, what about a 5, you get 5, what about a 5, that's like 2 meals at Hacienda. 145 5, 140, by the way, did I mention that we're right by, we're within walking distance, you know this, you live here, of Hacienda. 145 5, 145 5, get 5, what about a 5, 5, what about a 5, 145 5, 145 5. Sold it.